everybody. Welcome back to the Thunder and Lightning flagship podcast. I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
You hear that pause where I should have said what number it is, but I forgot to look it up?
That's okay.
And we're going to get right into it because we've been streaming for a long time. Chris, how was your week? 2 weeks, because we didn't meet last week because I came down with a weekend stomach bug.
By the way, I haven't mentioned this yet. Should have mentioned. You feeling good?
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine.
Cool.
It was weird. It was like sometimes, because you've known me for a while, you knew me when I went to college. Sometimes Anthony gets his stomach hurt.
Yeah.
And he just has to stop doing anything and usually it's just a day. This persisted the whole week, and I was like, okay, something is wrong with me. But I'm good now.
Cool. No, I'm glad you're doing well. Glad we're here.
Yeah.
And my 2 weeks have been good. I feel like I've been saying this for a month, and we're just starting to get into some of this stuff, which is cool. But with the band, with this channel, a lot of cool things happening in the background.
Yeah.
2 things that I will mention now, one for each. Thunder and Lightning is officially on Instagram as of last night. And we just made our first post. We're excited to keep doing more. So if you, we don't even have a link for it here yet, but if you go to Instagram,
that's why I'm not rushing to chat to link to it.
Yeah,
because we don't have one yet.
It's just Thunder and Lightning Gaming.
Yeah.
If you look that up,
we have one
right
picture.
There. You know our picture.
Post.
It's that. Wrong hand. It's that picture of a game controller up there, but the whole thing.
It's right here on Twitch. If you're on the website, it's right here.
It's right there.
That's our picture, and the account is just Thunder and Lightning Gaming.
And
no spaces.
That is only one of maybe 5 or 6.
Sorry. I thought you were gonna be like, and that's my whole week. I was like, whoa, okay.
No, that's only one of maybe 5 or 6 things that we have going on in the background right now that
which
will start coming into fruition.
Yeah, definitely be announced as we do podcasts over the next. couple weeks.
Actually, we'll probably have a few announcements as the weeks go on.
Yeah.
And I'm gaming, says Drizzle.
Great. Love it.
Oh, he's referencing that thing that they said the other night. I thought it was hysterical. They were like, welcome to Thunder and Lightning Gaming. I'm not Thunder and I'm not Lightning, but Drizzle was like, but we are gaming.
Oh, did that happen live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
thought
wondering.
that was funny. The other thing is my band Lions and Lavender will be playing at Bear Wolf Brewing in Amesbury, Massachusetts.
Fuck yeah.
On February 17th. So if you're anywhere in the area, you got nothing else going on, come check us out. We'll have a fun time.
17th?
It's a couple of weeks.
Monday? Tuesday?
No, it's a Friday.
What?
Or
What is
Saturday?
wrong with me?
Friday or Saturday.
Oh, right. Sorry, I did math wrong. I fucking hate math.
It's a Friday.
Yeah, that makes more sense than the bullshit I said.
So we'll have a lot of fun. Whoever is around, come hang out. Besides that,
as someone who's been to every ? Lions and Lavender show?
Most. I think every?
Because I wasn't going to go to the one that just happened, but that one got
canceled. No, you weren't at the very first one.
I wasn't at the very first one. Okay. Well, as someone who's been to most of them, I can confirm. Is fun time.
Yeah. We will have fun.
Is good music. Test. Hello. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. No, we're good, but it's a good thing to check. I definitely think we might need to replace that wire. But we'll find out when
gray red?
Yeah, but we'll find out when the quality of this audio is shown to us.
Find out in editing next week.
Besides that, I did start school up again.
Yes.
And I'm in some weird. I'm in psychopathology, which is to be expected.
Okay.
I'm in clinical musicianship, which is literally improv, but do it in a way that's going to be good for a client.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm in group counseling.
That seems really hard.
Yeah. So far, not so much, but it's gonna be.
Yeah. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Actually, I need to come up with a hello song or an introductory song for next week's class.
Am I too bright? Sorry. Am I too bright?
You look fine.
Okay.
I'm too bright, but I think it's this.
You're too bright because that camera sucks.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. We
Yeah.
still have the fucking $12 camera over here. You look like I'm looking at you right now, and I look like I was taken on the iPhone 1.
The iPhone 1 from 1989. But back then, we didn't call it the iPhone 1. We just called it the iPhone.
I mean, yeah. That is what it was called.
Back in my day, it was called a PlayStation.
Back in my day, we had physical versions of games.
Yeah, we sort of do now still, sort of, kind of. But maybe not for long.
Yeah. That was... You know what? Mine was weaker. And my voice was weaker. Should have left it alone.
I would love to get my hands on a physical copy of Hi-Fi Rush. It will literally never happen.
Well, you never... With these guys... What are they called?
Oh, limited run games?
Yeah, limited run. You never know.
Hi-Fi Rush might be some good limited run games fodder. That's a good point.
But while you're looking that up, damn, I don't think I have much else to say about my week. You know what? I will say this. I've been keeping this going for the last couple of weeks, so I'll continue my thought process. We're on like week 3, maybe 4, of me still being really interested into those Pokemon Scale World figures.
Okay. Is there any developments into this story? Have you purchased one?
No. But Pauline and I have talked about it.
You've consulted with your financial advisor.
Yeah. And because I'm the one who feels guilty about it, because I look at her and I want it to be her fault. I'm like, I really want to get one, and she's like, I didn't say you can't. But here is how I have logistically made it make sense in my head. We just move things around a little bit for convenience sake, but also...
like in your room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I need to bring down my 2 display cases.
Yes.
With the action figures that I'm already collecting. And I've made enough room for those 2 to fit. I've also... Sorry, I backed up from the mic a bit. I've also made enough room for a 3rd one.
Oh.
But, see, this is what married life is like. Pauline says, but, yay, if we get a 3rd cabinet, you selfish prick, do I at least get 2 shelves? And I was like...
It started. I love how you were like, hail and well met, you fucking piece of shit.
And she, here's the thing, right? I really appreciate this. We get a 3rd shelf. She could easily say, I want 1.5 of these fucking shelves.
Yeah.
And I'd say yes.
Right.
I'd have some hard decisions to make because I'd have to get rid of shit. But I'd say, okay. But I think I'd be like, tell me what you want to put in them, though. I'm not just getting rid of shit for us to have empty shelves.
Oh, yes, yeah, of course. You gotta have a plan.
But she said, can I have 2 shelves? And I was like, yeah. Yes. If we get a 3rd cabinet, yes.
Oh,
of
not
course
2
you can have 2
shelves.
She wants 2 shelves.
That's completely fair,
yeah. Actually, yeah. If we get a 3rd one, it should be hers, hands down. But she's nice enough for me to dip my toes into this fucking Pokemon shit.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. I've been coming up with more
of those medieval, but then it's just vulgar.
I think my favorite one I've come up with just now is, yay, verily, and well met. Go fuck yourself.
See, these would be good stickers. These would be good channel stickers. They're just quotes.
Yay, verily, and well met. Go fuck yourself is not a good sticker.
Yes,
and
it
I'm putting my
I would
foot
buy
down.
that sticker.
What is the sticker? Just those words?
Yes. You get Kelsey to do it in calligraphy.
Oh, and then you have the font change.
Yes.
I'm back in.
It'd be a brilliant sticker. And then you just put our little logo in the bottom. There it is. Write these things down. Write them down.
All right. Yes.
Do it.
Here I go. I'm doing it.
Who would buy a sticker that said
Who would buy a sticker that said in the Stranger Things font says yay verily and well met, and then in like harsh like Scream 1 font says go fuck yourself.
I would.
My phone is like, there's no fucking way you meant to spell verily.
I'd buy 10 was the first comment.
My autocorrect my phone is like, no fucking way you're telling me you meant to put verily.
I've known you long enough.
No, I know you fucker. Verily's got to be the name of a new superhero comic you've been reading, right? Look, ow, fuck, ow, you hurt me. Ow.
That one didn't seem intentional. I think she was trying to get on the bed.
It wasn't, but it still hurt.
Yeah.
I'd buy 10. Oh, well, you're my dad. You have to buy 10. I need my phone here. Don't fuck with it, please.
Genuinely, we were talking about we need sticker ideas. I think you might have just broke the code a little bit.
Okay.
But shit, what was I? That's it. I'm still bitching about action figures.
Oh yeah, no worries.
How was your week?
My week. Let me open up the original Thunder and Lightning Instagram. We already talked about that. So I've been playing a lot of video games, and when I haven't, I've been working.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, go for it.
I did have one more thing.
Okay, go for it.
I'm really sorry. This was a story. That's why
I
stopped you. I almost died last week.
Oh no.
Yes. There is an elevator at my school.
Okay.
Me and two other classmates who are in the same cohort as mine, and I'm not going to give away any sort of names, so I'm going to say friend 1 and friend 2, just to keep it simple. We're on an elevator. We're going to the 4th floor. We get to the 4th floor. And the elevator doesn't open the doors, but the whole thing starts shaking.
Oh, God.
And it did it for, like, no joke. And this isn't going to sound like a long period of time, but remember, you're in there roughly 40 to 50 seconds.
Ooh, okay.
That's
like, yeah.
And these are all music therapists, all three of us,
right,
in training.
Yeah.
We all had vastly different responses.
Oh, yeah?
And if it's okay with you, I would like to go over the incident one step at a time.
Sure.
So, in order, we get on. Friend 1 gets in the elevator, moves to the back left corner if you're getting on the elevator. Seeing that human instinct, I move to the back right corner as to make room for people, and also I'm not like on top of the person who just got in the elevator.
Hey.
Friend 2 gets on, so friend 2 is the last person to get on.
And that's the whole elevator.
That's everybody in it.
NPCs.
No, there's no NPCs.
Okay.
Is in the front middle.
I feel like
of
this
the
is
elevator.
a setup to like one of those math riddles. I feel like the punchline's going to be like, and what was Jack's son's name?
So we're all relatively in the same spots. By the way, one of my biggest fears, heights.
Yes.
Not
necessarily something that's typically triggered on elevators.
No, I always do have the thought in the back of my head, though, like, shit could go south real quick.
Yeah.
And then my fears were met.
Have you ever been on an elevator where it's like glass and you can look out?
Yes.
Some of the hotels I've been in have that, and I don't love it.
Yeah, it's not, that wouldn't trigger me much more than just a regular elevator ride.
Oh, okay.
But if it stops and starts shaking and shit, that's gonna freak me out. So the way I responded was kind of interesting for me, because I know me.
Mm-hmm.
But so, friend 1, we stop, elevator starts shaking, we're all just kind of like, and then it doesn't stop.
Right.
Now we've entered a new mode of panic, which is, this is
the rest of our lives.
Well, yeah, the very short amount, possibly, rest of our lives. This is a real danger. We've reached this is a real danger mode of panic.
Yeah.
Friend 1 verbally voices, "I'm scared."
Okay.
And grabs onto friend 2. Friend 2 is the closest, I'm here, they're here, friend 2's here. They latch onto friend 2. Friend 2 goes over to the buttons. Friend 2, very very sweet person, good friend of mine, is a very sarcastic kind of
okay.
and just this whole other side of them came out. This very what caregiver, because she was just not monotone, but just calm tone, like, we're gonna be okay, everything's gonna be okay, we're gonna be fine. She just kept repeating shit like that to friend one. Neither of them are looking at me, but I have firmly grasped
I see.
the handles and am just looking down. And typically, I feel like I would have had a similar response to friend two. Try to help out, handle the situation. To me, in those split moments, I was trying to silently lead by example because I am freaked out. This is a fear of mine. I have been triggered in this moment.
Yes.
So instead of speaking, because I knew my voice was going to be shaky, I knew I wasn't going to be able to have the same demeanor that person was going to be, I chose to remain silent.
Okay.
I didn't want to make the situation worse, and I also wanted to get into a position that I was like, if you see what I'm doing, maybe we should all be doing this.
Yeah.
They were both preoccupied with the buttons. I'm literally the furthest away from the buttons.
Which, honestly, if I'm being real, I've never been in a situation like this, obviously, but, like, I feel like you only have two options, and it's brace for impact or fuck with the buttons.
Yeah, yeah. It was just so interesting to see everybody's different reactions in that exact moment, because they were vastly different.
Yeah,
everybody had an immediately different. Friend one wanted to cling and like this
Yeah.
is it, we're going down. I was like, get ready for the worst, and friend two was like, let's see if there's any way we can solve this problem.
I feel like your reaction makes sense. The, like, what should I be doing? I think it's bracing for impact.
Well, taking my fear into account, I feel like if this wasn't something I was afraid of,
Like, actively afraid of.
I probably would have had a very similar reaction to friend one. Okay, let's figure this shit out.
Right.
We're not fucking with this right now.
Right.
But my immediate thought was, it's finally happened. I've dreaded this day for so long, and I've thought about what the fuck I'm going to do in this exact situation for so long.
Right.
That I'm just going to do it. So 40 to 50 seconds, somewhere in there, goes by. It stops, and I'm like, waiting for the drop.
You're waiting for the,
And the door's just open, and we walk out.
Okay, so I figured that was the end of the story.
Well, I'm here.
Well, yeah, but no, no, because you could have been like, it stopped shaking, and then we were stuck, and we had to call someone.
True.
But I don't know why I just kind of assumed that that's how it ended. I need to know, like, I'm assuming you talked to somebody about this? Like, you reported the elevator malfunction to
Well, here's the fucked up part, Anthony, is apparently it's just doing it to everybody now.
What? This elevator? Okay.
This elevator just sucks.
But, okay.
And people are complaining about it more and more. I've just stopped utilizing that elevator altogether.
See, that bothers me because, like, if an escalator, if you're like at a convention hall or something, and there's just one broken escalator, and it's like, yeah, that escalator's been broken for a year, we've just gotten used to it being broken, that's fine. Elevators are different.
Mm-hmm.
If an elevator is broken, no matter how broken, you should fix it. There shouldn't be because sometimes that'll happen where it's just like, oh, it's broken, but it's not really doing anything. Like, if the elevator's broken at all, shut it down and fix it. There can be no room for error with an elevator. It can't be like, oh, but it's fine, it's still functioning. No, fuck that. Fix it.
Right. No, I'm in the same exact boat. So
you did report it, and someone was like, ah.
No, we didn't report it because everybody else has, apparently.
Oh, okay, I see.
Because we were like, we're all sitting down. We immediately go to get food because that's what we were going to do.
And you were probably...
I'm sorry. We were... this doesn't matter for the story. We were on the 4th floor going down...
To the first
To
floor.
the 3rd.
Oh.
And that's when it started doing that bullshit.
So, sorry.
Because we were going to get food.
So, it wasn't... Okay. So, maybe I misheard, but maybe I didn't. You get on the 4th floor.
Mm-hmm.
It successfully reaches the 3rd floor. Then it starts shaking.
Yeah.
Then it stops. Then it opens.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did hear it right. Interesting. Because
it takes forever.
I obviously don't know enough about elevators to know exactly what broke, but like that doesn't like. I feel like every time I hear about an elevator fucking up, it's like, oh, it fell, it bottomed out, or it stopped moving, or I don't know. That just sounds like the elevator had an anxiety attack. Like, oh God, it's floor 3. Fuck. So is this an every floor thing? Like, no matter where you go from, where you go to, it's shaking like this?
It's done it to me for a split second here and there. Enough for me to just be like, oh, that was weird, and I'm going to get off the elevator now.
Well, that's why you described it like that, because you were like, there was a moment of ha ha ha, and then it went on like a second too long, and you're like, oh, we're in actual danger.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm taking another elevator, except here's my logic, because this elevator's just conveniently right next to my classroom. I'll take it if I'm going down, like to the first floor.
Right.
Because I'm going to get there one way or another.
Damn. Just wear platform shoes.
Well, so we were looking it up, and I said this jokingly, but I guess this is the right... You're supposed to try to jump at the last second.
What? From to where? Oh, jump
in
up
the
and
elevator.
Down. Oh, that makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, I did... Okay.
Because you're not on the ground when the impact happens. But wouldn't you... So... If the elevator's crashing down,
no, I know.
Wouldn't you
fling up to the? That's what I figured.
I guess it would help in general. You'd still probably get a little hurt.
Oh, you'll get fucked up one way or another. You're falling.
Jumping at the last second is smart. It's not like a cure-all, though.
But also, what is this, a rhythm game? Am I supposed to guess? Am I supposed to guess when we're right at the bottom? Oh, here's the time. So am I just supposed to jump and hope that I nail it right at the end?
Yeah, if you're, yeah.
How do you determine?
I
don't do Tower of Terror every weekend. I'm not a very good guess at how far I fall free falling from 4 stories.
Unfortunately, even if you wanted to, you can't do Tower of Terror each weekend because it's been replaced with a Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Oh yeah.
I think it still does that shit, but it's not Twilight Zone anymore.
Oh, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying.
No, yeah. I think okay, so I would like to take what you said and turn it into something else. You described 3 different responses.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, being my best friend, knowing me for longer than most people, how do you think I would respond to this situation? Because I think I have an answer, but once again, my answer might be inaccurate because I've literally never done this, so who knows what my response will be. But what do you think my response would be?
That's the thing. I was surprised by 2 people who I know. So I don't know. And I was surprised by myself, but I also, like, doing some self-reflection was like, it kind of makes sense because this is something I'm genuinely afraid of. I think you would have reacted similarly to Friend 2. I think you would have gone to the buttons. I don't think you would have been as much of a caregiver, but I think you would have tried button stuff. Button stuff. Another sticker.
Stuff. To have a sticker that says button stuff and not have it as a button.
Yes, exactly.
I think if I know myself, I think I would essentially like put myself in a timeout. Like I think I would like scrunch up on the floor in the corner. I think that's where I'm going. And maybe if I have enough peace of mind, I think I'm texting people. Like, whoever's not with me, I'm just like, I'm about to die.
It wasn't enough time for that is the thing.
Okay. Then I would definitely, like, maybe not immediately, but I think if I saw friend 1 freaking out and friend 2 actively problem solving, let's say I'm you in this situation, I think similar to you, I'm like, okay, one of them's trying to figure it out. I'm just going to fucking fold into a ball and hope that this position doesn't hurt me when the elevator crashes.
Well, that...
Because I'm in this moment, I'm a scared little baby.
I don't think I would... I was afraid, but I don't think I was folding. I think I was more or less...
I meant literally physically fold into a ball in the corner.
Yeah, no, but like... I don't think I was being a baby about the situation. I think I was just being practical about what our next move should be.
That's the word. You had the most practical response, I think. It's just like, well, if it's going to happen, this is where I'm at.
Yeah. But you're saying you would
panic.
I like the way you said it. Timeout.
I would put myself in a timeout, yeah.
Okay. Cuz I honestly, I don't think that's how I responded. I would call my response practical.
Yeah.
But okay, I gave you a lot of credit in my answer.
Oh, I give myself no credit when it comes to shit like this.
That's funny. But yeah, thank you for giving me the moment to tell that story.
Yeah, totally.
I've been saving it for 3 hours at this point. I was like, I'm ready. I know I'm going to say it. I know I'm going to talk about it.
That's so funny that you totally forgot for a few moments.
Oh, immediately. And then you started. And I guess I always do a quick, like, did I say everything? Did I say everything?
Yeah.
And that just, I happen to remember. But please, your week.
Okay, so nothing. Sometimes I do this. Nothing really eventful happened. I did have people like to hear me talk about food. I did have an exceptional, and maybe they like me being negative, but that's not what I'm doing. I had an exceptional meal from Pizza Hut the other day.
Ooh.
They have those melts. You seen the commercial for those melts?
Yes.
So I got one, right? And I got it's like chicken bacon parmesan was what it was called.
Okay.
And this was a while ago. And it was not good because they fucking put yellow and red peppers on it. And I was like, that doesn't fit the flavor profile of chicken bacon parmesan at all. And then I was like, maybe I forgot to hit no pep. Maybe I just didn't see it. I read the ingredients. I was like, oh, neat. Scroll to the bottom. So the other day I went to Pizza Hut. I was like, let me look again. And it turns out there is no option to modify melts.
Oh, interesting.
But in my defense, it doesn't say red and yellow peppers on it. So I don't know what was up with that. So instead of getting that,
I would have mind red and yellow peppers.
I was expecting a different flavor profile. Because I also don't mind red and yellow peppers, but not with that. But I decided to go with the buffalo one instead. It was delicious.
Also had red and yellow peppers?
No, it was literally just buffalo chicken, probably like a blue cheese sauce, I think.
Sure.
And then onions. And it was not that spicy at all. It was really flavorful. And I also got barbecue tenders that I dipped in ranch. It was just so good.
I don't know if I would match onions with buffalo.
It was just like filler, basically. It was just like there was really not an overwhelming buffalo flavor. Like, it tasted like buffalo, but I wasn't like after I was done, there was like no residual heat on my tongue. It was like not spicy at all.
Okay.
Which, sometimes I want the heat. But this was, I think they know what they have. I think that they know that if it was too spicy, it would overpower the flavor of the milk. So Pizza Hut melt's good. And now I'm going to talk about, do you know
the Muffin Man?
Shut the fuck up. Don't bring him up. Talk about mafia shit and talk about the Muffin Man. No, do you know what the SCP Foundation is?
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay. So there's a fake thing. There's a fictional thing.
Okay.
So this is something that's been on the internet forever, and I'm just getting into it. So here's what the SCP Foundation is. It's a fictional organization and a branch of the government, and they deal with basically science fiction artifacts.
Okay.
Like, it'll be like SCP 302. It's a thing and it does this, and they're all like light horror based. Like, if this happened in real life, it might be scary, right? Most of them. Some of them are they have different classifications, so some of them are completely safe. It's just an interesting little story. But that's what I wanted to talk about, because the SCP website is set up in a way where the reader is someone who has access to. Oh, my mom is calling. Could you open my door, please? Sorry. Daphne, food. Just leave that open for a sec. Sorry. So the SCP website is set up as the yeah. Go. You gotta go. You are a person who has clearance to look at all these files, right? So sometimes it'll be enter your password, but you just click the words, enter your password, and it's password accepted. Here's all this data. And what happens is SCP goes from where SCP makes me keep reading more is that it goes from being an article about a thing to like actual good storytelling.
Yeah.
Because the perfect example, there was one that it was a key. It was essentially a skeleton key. It opened any lock, physical or digital. And they were like, this seems safe. How much testing can we do on a key? So what they did was they had 10 test subjects test the key on different doors, but all the test subjects didn't know themselves how to open the door, and 50% of the time the key was able to open the door. So they're thinking this thing might be sentient. So they classified it as Euclid, which is they're like, probably safe. We need to do a little bit more research. So it's just that of like, it could totally be like SCP-12. It's a skeleton key. But they took it a step further of like, here's everything we did with the skeleton key. Here's why it's interesting.
So, are there like IP stuff in there? Can you find Mjolnir in there?
No, it's all like, so SCP started, and I think still is like this. It's like a free form, like anyone can go and submit their own SCP, and I'm sure it has like people monitoring the site. So if you can't just post anything, you know.
Yeah.
But no, nothing, none of them are like references or anything like that. It's all just like short stories made by everyone, but the short stories are detailed in a way where it's like a dossier, where it's like, here's all like the events of how they found it. Here's how you're supposed to contain it. Here's how dangerous it is. Here's, and some of them are really cool. I said, fuck it. I was just going to start from the beginning. So I'm on like SCP like 13 or 14 right now. There's hundreds, literally. And I got into this because I was watching a Let's Player play the SCP video game. It's like a official, but it's like an indie game. It's weird, but it was terrible. And the person was like, "Oh, this is not like SCP's so good. It's so mysterious. It's so." So I was like, "Oh, fuck it. I'll just start reading it." And most of them have been really cool. There was one that was very cool. It was a statue in Vermont. There's a real picture of a statue, right? So sometimes there's a picture, and there was a picture of a statue. I was like, let me guess, the statue comes to life at night. Way more interesting than that. So the statue, birds come, shit on this statue. The statue started firing its gun at birds because it's like a Civil War statue. So people were like, the fucking statue moved. It just killed a bird. It doesn't want shit on it. So what the SCP Foundation comes in, and they're like, let's just clean this statue every night. So they have a dude or a lady, they have someone come in and clean the statue every single night. One time, while someone's cleaning it, it shoots a bird. And jokingly, the cleaner is like, nice shot. And the statue goes, why, thank you. And it speaks in like a voice. And they're like, what the fuck? So they essentially leave the site open. And they're like, this is a site for cleaning. Public can't come here, but like you can look at it. Because he doesn't move from the pedestal. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in 2004, the caretaker was like, this thing is safe. We are in love. It's not going to hurt anyone anymore. It got off the pedestal. Like, it lives with me now. And it was like, this thing fell in love and is now no longer an SCP. And it, like, has an IQ and shit like that. It's just stuff like that.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
SCP?
Yeah, it stands for Secure, Contain, Protect.
Okay. We do have a question.
Oh, yeah,
a valid question. If you're in an elevator, if you are in an elevator that is falling and you jump before it hits the ground, will you die?
Oh, we were actually just talking about that. I theorize that you won't be like safe. It's not like, and jump, nailed it. Okay, on with my day. But like, I think it would lessen the impact. Yeah. I think.
Agreed. It's also got to be a real lucky shot.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. If you're in the elevator, you can't necessarily. You're gonna have to kind of guess.
Unless it's a glass one, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
That sounds like a really cool site, though.
Yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm just getting into it. It's been a thing on the internet for like a while. It's just like a long form, like creepypasta, like sci-fi / horror themed, like collective fiction.
Yeah.
Like
any D&D ideas coming out of that?
That that's kind of why I went there in the first place, but none that would like because the whole point of SCPs is like they are highly dangerous and not to be messed with by anybody until otherwise categorized, you know?
Yeah.
So it's all of them are like, because some of the SCPs are like, it's a fucking demon that is always in your peripheral vision. You know, like some of them are straight up horror monsters. But some of them are like, it's like the skeleton key is a perfect example. It's just like, it's a key. It opens all the doors, but we tested it and it like might be a weird key that opens all doors. End of dossier. But sometimes it's like, there was one that, this is actually the one that I haven't read it yet, but I heard about it. This is the one that I was like, that's really cool. I'm going to read more of these. There's a photo booth in a mall, and all these people are going in, they're taking a photo booth of, taking a photo in the photo booth, they're leaving. It was discovered that, like a couple miles underground, there was a cave, and every time someone took a photo in that photo booth, a copy of them with no face would emerge from like this hole in the cave. And then what they did was they had a bunch of SCP people stationed out there, and they're just like, they basically were like, we're going to classify this thing as Euclid, let people take photos if they want, just kill anything that comes out of that cave. Turns out, when you take a photo, they were discovering that people who were taking the photos, when they went home a few days later, their face was gone. So they were replaced with the clone. So the people that they were killing coming out of the cave was the real people.
Oh, shit.
Just stuff like that where it's like, that's a cool thing, but like the storytelling takes it like it.
Yeah.
Like it I don't know. It's a very interesting like long form like fan fiction thing. I don't know. It's very cool.
Asheria says, "What if I pull myself up?" You mean like holding on to something on top of the elevator when it's going down? Also, SPC is super cool. Isn't there a lizard that falls in love with another monster?
I'm sure there is. Like I said, there's literally, like, I think there's over 1,000 now, and I'm on 14 because I just wanted to read them in order.
That is what Asheria means. If you're holding on to something as the elevator, I'm just afraid you're gonna like break your neck.
Yeah, it's the force is gonna like
yeah.
I think that'd be more dangerous.
Yeah, but if you jump, it's kind of the same thing. I don't know. I'm lucky enough to have not been in that situation.
Right, yeah. Have you seen Speed, the movie Speed?
Yeah.
The terrifying elevator scene in Speed. Do you remember that shit? Before the Speed shit happens, there's a scene where he is tasked with saving these people who are stuck in an elevator, and the elevator's stuck between two floors, and they're like, you gotta climb up on the floor, but the elevator could fall at any second, and if you're halfway in, you're gonna get chopped in half. And it's a very Speed does a really good job of like every scene, even if it's not about the bus, is just like tension. There's just like, what is gonna happen? Oh my god! And it opens with that where it's just like, and now you're out of the elevator. Okay, there's two people left, and now you're out of the elevator. And then obviously, because it's a movie, as soon as the last person's out, the elevator falls, and it's like, whoa, they almost like died.
Was that your Keanu Reeves and Speed?
It wasn't when I started, but at the end, I was like, I'm just gonna lean into it.
Your dad's got to go.
Okay,
that's
bye.
okay. I thought it was Asheria. I thought Asheria was like, well, my questions have been answered. See you guys later.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about news, baby. Okay, so, should I just go with what I have?
Yeah, I've got one big thing, then I do have other things, but yes. But no. Rhode Island Comic-Con has started announcing guests. Have you seen, there's 4. Have you seen all 4 of them?
No, I saw one of them. I honestly forget who it is. Who do we got?
So we have the original Catwoman.
Oh, from the TV show?
Yeah.
Okay. Julie Newmar.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have...
she's still alive?
I guess so. Hold on, I'm not done.
No, keep going.
We have Kevin Eastman, creator of TMNT.
Oh, yes. I was like, why do I know that name?
We have, listen to this shit, Sam Raimi.
Ooh.
I know. In Squidward, the guy who voices Squidward.
That's the only one I saw. Julie Newmar's alive.
And she's going to be at Rhode Island Comic-Con.
She's 89 years old. She is younger than William Shatner.
Yeah,
That's how I gauge age now.
She has also not been to the moon, so, well.
He fucking hated that. Did you hear about that?
No.
He had a miserable time in space.
They were only up there for like 40 seconds or something.
They were up there for like I think 2 hours.
Really?
They didn't touch the moon. They were just in space.
Oh, well, yeah, they were barely out of the...
Right, but he said he got really, like, depressed, existential of, like, I should be down there. I don't know. He had a rough time in space.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
He had this big, long, like, interview, like, paragraph where he was like, I thought it would be this thing. I thought I would feel like this, but then I felt like this, and I just love being alive and all this stuff. It was...
Oh, so he was scared.
It sounds like he got real spooked, yeah.
I don't blame him.
No,
I'd
I don't blame him
probably
either.
be in the same situation. But it sounds like he's like, fuck, I'm in my 90s and I'm doing this shit, and if something goes wrong right now, I'm fucked. Like,
well, because
he's thinking normal shit.
Right. You're William Shatner. You're 91. You're of like the most of sound mind 91-year-old on the whole planet.
Right.
You played the space guy in the space TV show that everyone loves. Someone comes to you and is like, "Hey, do you want to low key like complete
I'm gonna bring your ass up to
training
space
so that we can bring you to space because you were the space guy in the space show?" He was like, "Space," and then he fucking hated it because he wanted to be back down on Earth.
That's fair.
It's like
fair.
It's like not to belittle his experience, but it reminds me of like when a little kid goes on one of those rides that like sends you up and back down, like when you don't know if you're gonna like it or not, and then you immediately hate it, and you're like, I want to be back on the ground. Fuck, this is worse than I thought it was.
Shit. Okay, that was Rhode Island Comic Con. Let's talk about the real stuff.
So, bit of a big update, but it's not an update for a story we were talking about, but it's related to a story we were talking about. Adult Swim has fired Justin Roiland.
Oh, well, yeah. So didn't he's not attached to any of his projects anymore. The video game stuff, his other shows on like Hulu or whatever.
But here's the thing, like that's pretty like what does Adult Swim know? Because like the court case hasn't even started yet, and you'd think it would be like, well, we'll wait and see if he's guilty.
Right.
But no, they were just like out.
Have you heard about this replacement that the internet is going crazy for?
No.
His name, I gotta find his name. You have to listen to him. Justin Roiland himself, there's a video of him watching this dude do his voice, and he's like,
okay,
we just have similar vocal cords. He was like, if you put those two... Sean Kelly, yes. Sean Kelly, who said that? Yes.
Mason.
Sean Kelly, if you want to look up him... Is
he a nobody?
Yeah, he's an impressionist on like Instagram or whatever, or TikTok or whatever.
Sean Kelly, Rick and Morty came right up.
His Morty is spot on. His Rick, if he put a little work into it, I think would be spot on. Yeah, you want to listen to that for a second?
Let Grandpa fix you up. What do you want, a robot hand? As a lizard hand? I can make it big again like that one time. Just my regular hand? Right. Morty, give me a beat. Oh, jeez, Rick. I don't have any equipment. You gotta think of something, Morty. Oh, jeez.
So that second voice was him. The first voice was a clip from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Right?
But here's the thing. Does he want it? Like, the internet's freaking out, but like, would he actually, like, want...
I think so. He's even... Well, here's the thing. I guess it now knows Justin Roiland.
Oh, okay.
So, like on a personal level.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He's definitely in the running, though.
So, here's my opinion. I think Rick and Morty's going to do just fine.
Oh, sure. But, I mean, if you could get spot on...
Oh, no, of course. But I'm just saying, like, I saw a lot of people being like, this show's dead. I'm not going to watch it without the... And I'm just sitting here like, it's still going to be fine.
Yeah, people are giving him way too... You think he fucking sat down and wrote every bit of dialogue for Rick and Morty? And people are like, well, it's the improv that he does in the vocal booth. Fuck the improv. You know who can write improv is good fucking writers. They'll just sit down, they'll be like, you know what, this is something Rick would say.
Right.
And put it in the fucking script. You're not going to tell the goddamn difference, except for those fucking episodes, frankly, I was getting sick of, where they were like, let's do intergalactic TV, and it's like, okay, it's just him fucking around in a booth for 30 minutes.
the ones that are full stop improv.
That's the only time you probably won't get those, and frankly, I'm fucking fine with that.
Yeah, the first one's still really good, and
sure,
but I agree, it got a little
They even referenced it in an episode, but beyond that, fuck you. You're not gonna know the difference if a line's improv or not. That's the whole point.
Yeah. No, yeah, but yeah, that's that. I was surprised only because it happened so quickly, but I don't.
It's a bit harsh. But here's the thing: it's a bit harsh.
But
nobody's questioning that he didn't do it. Like, I'm pretty certain we could all sit here and be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he did it. But still, I think you'd rather wait till the trial. Suspend him. He's no longer a part of projects till it's figured out. But to flat out fire him is a bit. To say we have nothing to do with him immediately is a bit much.
Adult Swim is kind of. We talked about this last time. They're kind of famous for like making the tough decisions immediately and like taking hard stances and never backing down from them. I think this time was probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Or it's going to show that it was a good idea in the coming months. But yeah, I was just like, whoa, that was very quick. And I liked the message. They basically said like, that dude's gone. Rick and Morty's still going to come out. The people who are making it are making it still.
Right,
and it's going to be great because it always is or whatever. Netflix, did you hear what bullshit Netflix is
I know that they're pulling some shit about password sharing. But what does that mean? So every account that you own has to be in the same house or something?
Yes.
That's stupid.
Yes.
Like, really stupid.
So here's what it is. If you cannot share your password with anyone unless you live in the same house.
What if I get a Fire Stick and I bring that shit up to my summer home or something?
Oh, I have the document open right now. It says Fire Stick. It says go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You bring up a good question. What if I go on vacation and I'm in a hotel?
Yeah. What if you bring your PS5 and you want to, and you got Netflix on your PS5? You're like, time to watch one of the shows that they still have left.
Right. Yeah. It basically it was like the clause was like you can have multiple passwords on one IP address in one house. Beyond that, you can go straight to hell or to Paramount Plus because we don't give a shit anymore. And they said like this is some like I can't believe someone thought this was a good idea shit. Where they were like, if you go on vacation, you can prior to your vacation from your home account, like lease yourself a 7-day long temporary account that you can put on one other device. God forbid your vacation lasts more than 7 days. And then after that, it'll shut off. And then they were like, it almost seemed like a joke at some point. They said this so many times, but it was like, if you do this, you're going to get temporary banned. If you accidentally do this, you're going to get temporary banned. Try to watch it here, you're going to do it temporarily. It was just like a lot of like, and then they're like, and if you get temporary banned, well, all you have to do is contact Netflix support. That I'm sure is top of the line customer service. Right.
So we're watching Netflix, but we're using Pauline's account.
Yeah.
Pauline's parents also use Pauline's account.
One of you is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Hopefully, because they said this will probably roll out in March, hopefully there will be enough backlash that they pull a good old Xbox and they're like, actually, we're not going to do that. A good old, yeah. But it's really looking like they're like, hey, we noticed that our viewer base is dropping. And last time we checked, we still have Stranger Things. So what we're going to do is we're going to fuck over not you, not her, not them, but everyone. We're going to fuck over everyone, literally everyone. And if you want to keep Netflix, pay more for it and sorry about your aunt who doesn't have Netflix anymore because she was on your Netflix account.
Well, that's the thing, right? Why couldn't they just go back to? And I think this is still implemented, and I thought this was like the cure-all for this fucking situation. Why couldn't it be like you get 5 devices? You hook that shit up to 5 devices, and that's what you get.
It's still like that, but for one household. It's like they're changing because they're changing their paying policy too. The lowest one is you pay this much money. I think it's $7.
I heard about that.
You pay this much money and you get to watch Netflix with ads. And then one step up is no. It's like there's with ads, and then there's one device with no ads. There's like a shitty middle one, I forget. But that it's 2 devices with no ads and 4 devices with no ads. The 4 devices one is still a 1 IP address situation. You still can't share it with anybody. It's going to fuck over. They're going to lose like millions of subscribers. Yeah. They're going to lose so much money on this. If this does go through, what's going to happen is within like a week or 2, they're going to be like, just kidding, it's back to normal. Or they're going to flat out go bankrupt, and we're never going to see Stranger Things season 6.
Which, I mean, at this case,
or 5,
we might not have anyways.
Yeah.
They take 5 years to make a season. Anything could happen in that amount of time.
Yeah, so this might be the beginning of the end of Netflix in general. So subscribe to Peacock, I guess. Or fucking Disney Plus. At least on Disney Plus you can watch Emperor's New Groove. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I said that. Let's change subject because it's getting late, and I want to talk about the DC movies that James Gunn talked about.
Yeah, I know very little to nothing about this. All I know...
Did you not see the announcement video?
Well, I know that Superman will have trunks.
Oh my god, okay, so you've heard literally nothing about this. Okay, so James Gunn did exactly what we wanted him to.
Okay.
The next... I'm trying not to use the word phase. The next part of the DC universe is going to be called Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters.
Okay.
And here's everything he announced. Thank you to Milan Polk of Men's Health. I'm on menshealth.com. I didn't realize what website I was on. So we have, real quick, this is what's already planned. We have Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which is almost out. We have the Flash movie starring Ezra Miller.
And these are part of that?
No. This is everything before Chapter 1. This is everything that was already planned.
Okay.
James Gunn in his video said that this Flash movie is the best superhero movie he's ever seen.
Wow.
And he said that it ties nicely into the, like, we're moving on thing. And then there's a Blue Beetle movie that is its own thing. And then there's the...
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Right. And then there's... Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. He also said that the other projects are gonna that are like their own thing are gonna keep coming out. So like Matt Reeves' Batman trilogy is still gonna happen, and the Joker movies are still gonna happen. I don't really care about either of those, but that's something he said. So then this is in order until it isn't, because a lot of this is like to be determined release date. DCU Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. Superman Legacy.
Okay.
Is going...
Is that live action?
Yes. That's the other thing he said. He said they want to unify everything across TV, animation,
I knew that.
Movies, and gaming. He mentioned gaming as well.
Interesting.
So the Superman Legacy, it's going to be based off Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman run. And it's not going to be an origin story.
Okay.
Focuses on Superman balancing his kryptonite heritage with his human upbringing. Then we have... I think this article does movies then TV shows. We have The Authority. James Gunn called The Authority a big movie. It's one of his favorite comic book stories, comic book groups, apparently. I've never heard of them. And then we have The Brave and the Bold, which is going to reintroduce Batman. It's going to be about Batman and Damian Wayne, the 4th Robin, the one who's his son, with Talia al Ghul. It's going to be based off Grant Morrison's Batman Brave and the Bold. You're going to see a theme here. This one was surprising. Supergirl World of Tomorrow is going to be based off a new and ongoing comic run called Supergirl World of Tomorrow. Sorry, I keep saying it wrong. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, not World. My bad. And then there's going to be a Swamp Thing movie based off of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run. And the guy who directed Logan is going to direct it. That might actually be really good. And then this article gets into the stuff I already talked about the stuff that's happening. That Penguin TV show is still coming out.
Are they connected, do we know?
Yes, that's the point. The whole everything's going to be connected.
Okay,
They're literally starting. So in our video essay about the DCEU, we basically wipe the slate clean and we're like, hey, this is how you should have done it. And what James Gunn is doing is he's in a very unique situation. I think what you and I would have probably ended up doing is he's doing phase 1, but he's starting from an interesting place.
Yeah.
Right? So now we're getting...
No Wonder Woman mentioned so far.
Not yet, because now we're getting into TV. We got Waller, which is going to be a TV show all about Amanda Waller, the leader of the Suicide Squad, and characters from Peacemaker are going to cross over with that. Peacemaker is getting a season 2. Doom Patrol and Teen Titans were canceled. It was funny. When he was talking about things that aren't connected but are still going to keep going, he specifically mentioned Joker, Matt Reeves' Batman, and Teen Titans Go, which is interesting. So this is going to be a show all about her. Oh, the other thing he mentioned is that, and I'm not sure how I feel about this yet, but he said that all characters are going to be played by the same actors and actresses, regardless of if it's animated or not.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So then we have something called Creature Commandos, which is
So he's gonna put some high budget shit he wouldn't be able to do live action. Just be like, we'll just make an animated movie out of it.
Yeah. Creature Commandos is some weird indie, no one's ever heard of it, Guardians of the Galaxy shit.
Sure.
And then Paradise Lost is going to be a Game of Thrones style TV show about Paradise Island, also known as Themyscira, where Wonder Woman is from. And then, is this last on the... This is literally last. This is the thing I'm most excited about. It's called Lanterns. Green Lanterns, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart will team up in this HBO Max series that Peter Safran describes as a True Detective style mystery show.
Okay. They have a True Detective in the DC. His name is Batman.
But, sure, great point. But Lanterns, I don't know if you even know this, because I'm sure you... Green Lanterns, these two Green Lanterns specifically, Lanterns are like space cops.
I know that.
These two Lanterns are in charge of Earth.
Okay.
So I have a feeling there's going to be like some, it's kind of, I think it's going to be like Doctor Who, where some of the episodes are going to be like, we're in this one neighborhood solving this real world problem. And then some of it's going to be like, people are invading. The fuck's up with that? Let's go figure that shit out.
That's cool. It kind of sounds like some Men in Black shit.
That part I'm really excited about. Oh, and they announced a Booster Gold TV show. I don't know if you know about Booster Gold. His whole thing is that he's not a superhero, and he gets a hold of a time travel device, and he inserts himself in other people's stories. So when he goes back to his time period, everyone's like, "Oh my God, we love you." He's a complete fraud. So I think that's gonna be. It doesn't say, but I have a feeling it's gonna be. Oh yeah, in the same vein as the Peacemaker TV show. So it's gonna be like an action light comedy thing.
Cool.
And he also said that this isn't the entire. This is for the next 10 years. This isn't the entirety of Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. This is a portion of it.
Wow.
So basically, he did what we wanted. He's taking a book out of Marvel. He's making a cinematic universe with a planned cinematic universe. The idea, the objective, is to connect all these.
Yeah.
And to do that, they're just going to start from the beginning, and they're going to be like, these are gods and monsters. These are things that are left over from what DC was doing before, like Batman and Teen Titans Go and Joker and all that stuff.
That's the most realistic way to do it.
Yeah. I was very...
I'll check it out.
I was very happy watching that, because I was like, the whole time I was just like, he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
I mean, it doesn't take... Here's the thing. You and I have been bullshitting about what DC should do for, like, years now.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot of common sense to figure out they were fucking up and how to fix it.
Right.
You've literally... The genius are the people at Marvel who did it 15 years ago.
Right.
15 years ago. You've had all this time to figure out what the fuck to do. So what? So you made 3 movies that had nothing to do with each other. Then you made them do something. Fuck all that. Just do it proper.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's love or hate, the DCU or the MCU. You have to give credit where credit is due. You look at the MCU and you look at like Ant-Man and the Wasp, and you're like, oh my god, everything leading up to this movie was planned. And then you look at like Civil War and you're like, oh my god, everything leading up to this movie was like, it's not like it's like storytelling in like you make this movie, tell it however you want. This is kind of my issue with Black Panther too, how it was like it was too far in the other direction, where it's like, we want to make a movie, we made it, it's connected because we say it is, but it has really not that much to do with the rest of it. But then you take it over to DC and it's like, is any of this connected? Does anyone give a shit?
Right.
Who is what? Like, fucking, if rumors are if this is still happening, Michael Keaton, the guy who played Batman for Tim Burton, he's gonna play Batman in the Flash movie that's coming out. Why?
No, I hear you.
So is Batman Michael Keaton, or is it Robert Pattinson, or is it Ben Affleck? What's happening?
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to everything is
everything everywhere all at once.
Everything is TBD except for Superman, which has a release date of July 11th, 2025. So there's still a few years before shit gets rolling, but
just enough time for people to cry about James Gunn for a few more years till they realize he was right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, also the other thing is like, people were really upset that Doom Patrol and Titans got canceled. I'm a little indifferent. I like Doom Patrol a lot. Haven't watched the latest 2 seasons. I hate watch every episode of Titans because I'm broken. But they were announced as canceled. I was like, oh, well. Everyone was like, fuck James Gunn. And James Gunn literally tweeted, like, I didn't do this one. This is out of my hands. There's people above me. You need to realize that. Like, I'm in charge of all this, but there is people at Warner Brothers and HBO who are, like, in charge of other stuff.
Right.
And I didn't do this one. But,
Yeah.
So it's really, people just have to pick and choose their battles when it comes to this new DC stuff. Like, it's like, here's the attitude that he doesn't have that I want to have. It's gonna be good. Just fucking trust him. Just calm down.
Oh, I know.
Just wait. It's gonna be good. I know that a lot of stuff is changing and change is scary, and I'm not belittling anyone who thinks that change is scary, right? But like, it's gonna be good. I promise it's gonna be good. Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy? Because it's gonna be good. Just calm down.
That would be the worst thing he could ever say if that was him.
Yeah.
Because then what if it wasn't? I mean, there's a chance it's not. There's a chance it still sucks.
Right. But I have to have faith.
Oh, I know. And he's doing the impossible. He has moved me to say, all right, I'll try it.
Also,
he did the like 4 things that he needed to do in order for me to be like, okay.
Now they just have to do it and have it be good. The other thing that I forgot to mention, I closed the article, some of these are going to be written and directed by him. I think the Superman one is in fact going to be written and directed by him. I'm not sure though. I could be wrong about that. But I know that he's not just like CEO in charge of. Yeah. He's actually making some of these, which is cool. Interestingly enough, no mention of anything to do with Suicide Squad, which I thought was interesting because that's like the one thing he's done so far.
Right. Well, I think he knows it's
part of the old shit. Yeah. Well, does he? Because the Waller show is going to star the woman who played Waller in the Suicide Squad movie. So, I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. No, it'll be cool.
I think that does it because it's getting late.
Yeah, are we cool with that? Was that all the news?
Yeah, that was all the news I had.
Cool.
Did you have anything that... Okay.
I really just want to mention Rhode Island Comic Con.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, and I'm sure we'll keep mentioning it because that video's out. Oh, no, that video got canceled. There's a lot of contention with Rhode Island Comic Con. We hated it. So it's going to be a big... This next year...
This is going to be a big year for me in that convention.
The next 8 months is going to be a real big, like, are we going to go
I'm already going.
Oh, you're already...
I'm already in.
Oh, interesting. See, I'm not even sure I want to go.
That's fine. They've unless they just unpacked their biggest shit, they've got me more excited than any Boston Comic-Con has.
Because of who? Because of Sam Raimi?
Because of 3 out of... I don't care about Catwoman, I'm sorry.
Oh, no
all
worries.
3 of them.
Okay.
I'm like, wow, you just pulled out some big names right out the gates.
Mm.
And you know if the dude... Like, typically whenever one of the gang from SpongeBob's there, you're going to at least get 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. If they pull a big enough name that excites me personally, I'll go. I don't think they have it in them to correct all the issues we had with the structure of the con.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I will give them this year. Issues aside, I want to see if my experience is any better than it was last year.
And if not, you might be like, all right, no matter what, I'm not coming back.
If I have an issue the way I had last time we went, I will be done.
I think that's fair. I think you're being more fair than I am. I'm sitting here like, they better have someone good because I don't want to go. And you're being like, let's give them a chance. Last year was a mess, but they had some big names.
I enjoyed the vendors. I enjoyed the celebrities. They had quality in both cases. They just don't know how the fuck to manage it.
Yeah, it was. I've been to a lot of conventions at this point. It was very, I'll say disorganized. I won't say unorganized, but it was very like they could use some structure, maybe some like rule changes, maybe some route changes on how to feed people into places. I don't know.
But like I got to tell you, some of those like smaller names, they had a hierarchy. I didn't. They did.
Right.
Some of those smaller names, I had some of the most fun meeting celebrities in that because the lines were short.
Yeah.
I was in, I was out, and I fucking met Bowser. I met Goofy. I met Max. I met so many cool people up there. That, honestly, might be the saving grace as to why I'm like, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
Because I want to meet Kevin Eastman. He's been on my list for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. If for no other reason, he's local. Funny enough,
right.
I'm actually going to travel further away than where he lives.
Well, you got to keep in mind,
see him.
Kevin Eastman wrote the comics. He didn't.
Oh, I know.
He didn't like.
Oh, I know.
I don't think he has anything to do with the TV show.
Well, he has to do with the movies.
Oh, okay.
Not directly. He supervised, if nothing else. I know that from it was a documentary or the Toys I Made Us episode about TMNT.
Yeah, there's also the films that made us.
Oh, sure, it might have been that, but that's what split them up in the first place was the addition of the female live animated turtle.
Oh, he didn't like.
He didn't care. The other guy cared.
Venus DeMilo was her name.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Oh, okay, I see.
And the other guy was like, no, it was always the 4 turtles. That's how it was always going to be. And Kevin Eastman.
I mean,
was
I'm on that guy's side.
Well, Kevin Eastman was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always wanted to meet him, and now I've got those really nice TMNT figures.
Yes, yeah, those are really nice, and they're movie specific, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
So
cool.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, keep an eye on the feed. See who else they got.
Yeah.
Because they get some weird ones, and they get some really cool ones.
Yeah, I want to. This should be my favorite convention.
Yeah.
But it's the way they organize it. At least last year, that has got it on the ropes for me.
If I do go again,
yeah,
I just have to keep an eye on how many celebrities pass away within close proximity to this convention.
Oh, I know.
Because if it's like at all close to the, given that it's people dying, like crazy high number that it was last year, I think I might be cursed, or Rhode Island Comic Con might be cursed.
Fair. Well, they've already got a very elderly woman in the lineup.
It was just so many people in a row that I personally cared about.
I know.
The end.
I know.
It was like during and around and involved with Rhode Island Comic Con. That's going to do it for us on, I think, probably our longest stream ever.
Yeah.
Thank you to anyone who hung out with us. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.
Our channel has daily uploads from podcast video essays, Let's Plays to skits.
Be sure to watch on Twitch. We stream all our video game and podcast content live at 5 EST every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Our intro is by Brad Kendrick and music by Froggy and the Friendship. Link to all that in the description below.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.